Imagine this dude over here, he's on crack, single mother over here on heroin, guy over here on crystal meth, you got a couple other guys over here, 4-time divorced alcoholics. It's a mess. That's basically what the American League West Division is right now, and what it has been for a couple of years. They all have problems, they're all sabotaging themselves, and nobody seems to want to help themselves out. Just when you think one of these teams will finally fully get going, get on a roll and leave the others behind, they fall right back with everyone else. Rinse and repeat, it's just a different team each time. So thank you for being here, subscribed or not. And if you haven't joined the 49% Elite Humans, consider hitting that button if you enjoyed the videos, as ironically, you only have to look back a couple years ago to look at the AL West division as maybe the most proud division in baseball. Not maybe, I mean it was. The Rangers followed up the Astros World Series win in 2022 by winning the World Series themselves. Okay, so I guess it was more of a Texas thing, but still, that's 2 years in a row with teams from that division finishing atop baseball. Then last year happened. The Mariners had a 10.5 game lead at one point for the division. Said, this shit's way too good to be true. Hell not. Refused to win the division, so the Astros said, shit, I guess we'll take it again. Thanks. And up to this point, 2025 has been that on steroids. To start, the formerly Oakland A's, currently in Sacramento, yet don't want to be called the Sacramento A's, in the process of moving to Las Vegas. Screw you, John Fisher. This team, despite being in last place, is actually very fun and promising in many ways. Now, like the great Abraham Lincoln said, not all last place teams are created equal. So just because the A's are in last place doesn't mean they're on the same level as the Rockies, another last place team. No, the Rockies are inventing a whole new meaning of what last place means this year. The A's, although not a good team, have a lot of promise for the future. It'd be a crime to not start with Nick Kurtz. He is running away with the Rookie of the Year award. He's unbelievable. Tyler Soderstrom is having a really good year. Brent Rooker, who signed a contract with the team, is one of the most underrated players in baseball. Their catcher Shea Langoliers is having a breakout year. They got a ton of prospects for trading away Mason Miller. So despite being the closest thing you can be to homeless as a baseball team, this franchise does have a future, but they're not ready yet. It's more so every other team in the West that's frustrating. The Los Angeles Angels. Bigger false advertising than Red Bull promising to give us wings. The Angels are not in Los Angeles, they're in Anaheim, and this team is not going to heaven. I'll give them credit for being better than they were last year, but that's like getting an upgrade from flying in a cardboard box and it's Spirit Airlines. Alright, man. This team had every opportunity to trade some guys away to help build for the future, but like they've done for years, refused to do so, and it's not even like they bought either to try and win now. The best they did was trade for Andrew Chafin, a guy who hates California. Chestnut checkers, I guess. This team, to nobody's shock, isn't going anywhere fun, and unlike the A's, don't even look to have a very promising future. Their farm system is arguably the worst in baseball. But now we get to the real disappointing teams in this division, because it's the teams who do legitimately have a shot to be really good right now, but just refuse to. The Rangers. This team has not just a good pitching staff. This team is not just a really good pitching staff. This team doesn't even have just a great pitching staff. No, at the time of this video, they are the best pitching staff in baseball. Number one, numero uno, I don't know how else to say that. Jacob deGrom in his first full season in literally 6 years has been great. Nathan Eovaldi has been arguably the best pitcher in baseball. Hell, they've even made Patrick Corbin into a competent pitcher. That's how good the Rangers have been with the pitching. And what's weird is, yes, even though the offense isn't very good, it's not like it's putrid. Corey Seager has been one of the best hitters in baseball per usual. Wyatt Langford's been good. And then it's just a lot of slightly below average hitting. Like, there's a lot worse in the league. A lot of it is high leverage issues. They've been awful with runners in scoring position. And overall, they're like the opposite of the D-bags, whose kryptonite is the pitching while having one of the best offenses in baseball. And there's been certain moments this season where it felt like the Rangers could have gotten going, that they were finally hitting their stride and could at the very least grab a wild card spot, if not even the division. Like July, that was their best month. After being mostly mid up to that point, they went 16-9 in July, just to fall off and go 6-13 so far in August. And because of all this, even though they again have the best pitching staff in baseball, the Rangers are under 500 and most likely not making the playoffs, which is a damn shame and waste of this pitching staff. Up next, the Mariners. Someone in the comments recently, after I mentioned I was a Red Sox fan, said they assumed I was a Mariners fan this whole time, and I found that funny. The reason I speak so passionately with this team is because their potential seems so high and so cool, so promising, only for them to blue ball everyone. It's happened since 2022, and it hasn't stopped this year. At least in 2022, they made the postseason. So even though their ending was painful, that wasn't meant to be their championship year. It was year one of like a big process. But then they missed out on the postseason by a game in 2023, 2 games in 2024, and this year does look to be on a better path. Cal Raleigh going nuclear. Their offense overall is so much better than the last 2 years, and they have a real shot at, forget just the playoffs, but winning the division for the first time in 24 years. They had a good first month of the season, but have been mid ever since. They started out August winning their first 9 out of 10 games, 8 of them coming in a row, only to since have lost 7 of 8, recently getting swept by the Phillies to end a brutal road trip on the East Coast. And the most frustrating part of the Mariners falling off right now, the fact that the Astros aren't any better. Houston has had one great month, June. They went 19-7. They were awesome. But since that month, they've gone 20-24. They recently got swept in Detroit, a series that featured a 10th inning 1-0 loss because they walked the bases loaded, sandwiched in between 2 blowouts. There are obviously great things about this team. Jose Altuve, although having a down year for his standards, has still been good. Jeremy Pena, after being mid for a few years offensively, has had a big blow up with a career season, transforming himself into a very good hitter. Carlos Correa has made himself right back at home, instantly becoming a good hitter again after his return. The pitching is pretty good. They have 3 good starters in the rotation backed up by an elite bullpen. So they're not doomed, obviously, but like I just said with how they've played since June ended, they're not pulling away with the division despite having a great opportunity to do so. And speaking of that bullpen, as good as it is, well, even that has a really big problem. Josh Hader is done, at least for the regular season, with shoulder issues. They're hoping he can return for the playoffs, but counting on a pitcher with shoulder issues is like counting on a Kardashian to be with one man the rest of her life. So because of this, the Astros did what any smart team would do by signing Craig Kimbrell to help the bullpen.
You serious?
I love Kimbrel, by the way. All respect to him. He might be a Hall of Famer. But at this point in his career, asking for him to help in the absence of Josh Hader is like asking Paul Blart to replace John Wick for a movie. It might be very entertaining, and if it worked out, it'd be really cool. But yeah. So you have the Astros, who have all the chance in the world to lock this division up. They're just like,
no.
And you have the Mariners, who have all the chance in the world to finally take this division for themselves, and they're just like,
no.
Then you have the Rangers with the best pitching staff in the game with a shot to at least make a run for a wild card spot, and they're just like,
No!
While the Angels and A's sit at the bottom with their own problems. It's pathetic, but what can I say? It's also fun. I'll admit that. Join the Discord server in the pinned comment below to connect with other baseball fans if you want. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching. Love you.